This is Gerhard Richter's Abstraktes Bild 940-7, painted in 2015. It's a wonderful piece in person with a lot of allusions to nature. Standing in front of it, I can see snowflakes, I see powerful wisps of fire. In the middle, I even see maybe a cascading waterfall. It really is a monumental work that really engulfs you when you stand in front of it.
Great that you say that, because one of the interesting things about Richter is this tension between the figurative and the abstract. He said for many, many years that part of his project is to explore that tension. When you approach an abstract work, you want to find something figurative in it. You just, as human beings, we just want to find something that we recognize in an abstract work. And his whole career has been a kind of trajectory of exploration, starting from photographs in the early years and then painting those in a kind of blurred way, and then moving slowly through the exploration of glass and gray paintings that have a reflective quality, and then from there into color fields, and then from there into more abstract works with lots of amazing side projects. That trajectory from figurative to abstract is really important to understand for Richter.
I really like what you were saying about these tensions, so the figurative versus the abstract. These contraries held in tension in his works, I think, is what makes his work so powerful. For example, even with this work, I'm trying to ascribe meaning to it.
Exactly, so I think what he wants you to do through the layering, and of course, you know, he's painting and then he's using squeegees and he's scraping and he's building up layers, but the layering creates this tension between the surface of the painting, which is scattered with all of this dappled color, and then the sense of depth. So for example, even in the middle here, you've got black highlighted with a little white, but it almost looks like there's depth, almost as if that's a cavern in the middle of the painting. So your eye is moving back and forth between the surface and between the perception of depth, and back and forth as it searches for meaning.
And I think also another thing that is key to Richter's body of works is that you really have to look through his entire body of pieces in order to understand how he has reached this specific moment in his production. Every single series, every single change when he shifts through all of his different periods actually inform this.
And also his concern, his lifelong concern with the limits of perception. How much of the world can we know? Painting is a medium that deals with appearance and deals with trying to represent things. And I think Richter's entire project is about exploring the paradoxes of perception. He's even said his whole life mission is one of semblance, to just really understand what semblance is, because that's all we perceive in the world. And in a way, that's all he's trying to show you. He's almost trying to perform that for you in his paintings, that dilemma of what we can actually know in the world.
And I think that's part of this continuous exploration into capturing that is what makes him one of the most important living artists of our time. The fact that he is collected by an extensive amount of museums speaks volumes in terms of his importance.
Yeah, some 40% of his work is collected by museums, and the larger monumental pieces, many of those, half of those, are collected by museums. I mean, owning a Richter is actually owning part of art history. He will be a monumental presence in the history of art.
And I think that this is why it makes us particularly excited to be having this piece in our sale this season. This is one of the largest post-2000s works to be coming to auction, and we're extremely excited to be presenting it this year.